To import data directly into a story, we can drag and drop a local dataset onto the home screen, create a new story from the home screen shortcut or from the main menu, or navigate to an existing story. In this example, we'll import transactional data from a local file directly into an existing story. Note that we can also import data from an existing data source or from an existing model. Refer to the appropriate videos for details. For a local file, we need to navigate to the appropriate CSV, XLSX, or TXT document and kick off the import process. For Excel files, we can choose which worksheet to import. For other file types, other options are available. The dataset contains more than 2,000 rows, so a sample of the data is initially imported for us to work with. Any transformations we make will be applied to the full dataset when we complete the import process. Here, we can see details about the model, edit the description if desired, and elect whether to fill empty cells with a default value. Each column from the local file is now available in the new model and can be viewed either in the default table view or in the card view. In both views, columns from the dataset are rendered as measures and dimensions, with icons that identify which is which. In card view, we can also see the number of unique values for dimensions and the mean value for measures. Green bars indicate the absence of data quality issues. Any red here would flag the presence of problems that must be addressed before the model can be finalized. Depending on the contents of the source file and how the system has interpreted them, we may need to make changes to the imported data before we can save the model. For example, here the latitude and longitude columns have been identified as measures because they contain numeric values. We'll change them to dimensions. Note that when a card or column is selected, we can see additional details, such as the type and format, details about any data quality issues, a histogram of the distribution of values, and access to a feature that uses machine learning to identify key influences on those values within the dataset. Refer to the videos on Smart Insights and Smart Discovery for more details. We can assign to a column one of the following types: generic dimension for dimensions that don't require special handling, measure for numeric values that are suitable for aggregation, or simple date, which can be applied to only one dimension in a model for date or time values used to generate a time hierarchy suitable to display in time series charts. The timestamp type is not used at this time. There are additional tasks we can perform at this point to further enrich our model, depending on our requirements. These include resolving any data quality issues, enriching time dimensions so we can visualize trends, enriching geographic dimensions so we can plot data on geomaps, and enriching other dimensions by adding attributes that define ID and description relationships or parent-child hierarchies for associated columns. These optional tasks must be completed before we save the model. Refer to the individual videos about these features for more details. Here, we've already completed these optional tasks. Now that the data has been cleansed and enriched as required, we can view the History panel to see the transformations we've applied. Note that we can undo transformations from here if desired. Now we'll validate the changes we've made to the sample against the rest of the dataset. The validation is complete. Next, we can trigger the model creation by saving the story or switching to data exploration mode. Once in data exploration mode, we can see all the available measures and dimensions we just configured during data wrangling. When we save our changes, if we've not yet created any visualizations using this data, we're prompted to choose whether we want to save the model. Thanks for watching.